Well, a very, very happy new year to all my followers and anybody else indeed who's watching this clip. And I hope you had an absolutely smashing Christmas. I hope that the year 2023 is going to be better than this last year, but I'm afraid to say that I'm not particularly sanguine. We have a problem, do we not? We have a government that seems to hate us, seems to hate ordinary people. They're pursuing this suicidal net zero policy, which means that our houses are freezing. It's unbelievably expensive to heat ourselves. And they're trying to stop us driving our cars. They're trying to make our lives as difficult as they possibly can with the highest taxation we've seen in over 50 years. What is it about us that they really don't like, one wonders? Every problem that you have, or nearly every problem you have at the moment, is caused by politicians in one way or another. It's either the cost of living, it's health because you can't get treated on the NHS, to which you have contributed a fortune. We are sending billions away in unaudited foreign aid, billions of pounds to the Ukraine, which seems to me just a centre for money laundering. I don't really understand what's going on, and I'm inclined to believe Neil Oliver, possibly our only contemporary philosopher at the moment, Neil Oliver, that this is a deliberate ploy to break the country. Incompetence and stupidity seem to be not just enough anymore. We've had years and years and years in the past of incompetence and stupidity from our politicians, but not these suicide policies. Mass immigration, where we send government-sponsored boats virtually to the French coast, pick people up, illegal immigrants, put them in four-star hotels, and then give 87% of them, so it seems, 87% of them, British citizenship. When we are the most overcrowded piece of real estate, or certainly England and south of England, the most overcrowded piece of real estate in the world. Just what is going on with all this? High tax, net zero. What is it that they really hate about the ordinary working Joe? We have a Prime Minister who wasn't elected by anybody. His own party didn't elect him. His own party members didn't elect him. We have a Chancellor of the Exchequer who's one of the most incompetent buffoons that we've had in years. Every single job he's had in politics in the last 10 years has been an absolute failure. And he's now at the helm. He's the sort of chief financial officer. We have a new king who is completely and totally dedicated to World Economic Forum policies. We have an Archbishop of Canterbury, likewise. We have an ex-Goldman Sachs WEF stooge as Prime Minister. We have a total and utter failure to even begin to look at the situation regarding excess deaths, mortality statistics, and what might be causing them. I think most of us already know. When will it turn round? We have Oxford and I think other cities now trying to segment their towns so that we can be penned in like sheep. So we can't go from one bit of our own town to another bit without some sort of pass by some little jack-in office at the town hall. Some little man who nobody really voted for because nobody bothers to vote anymore, which is our problem, I suppose. Well, I don't like the look of the way it's shaping up. I have to be honest with you, in 2023. I don't like the look of it, and I don't want to be all doom and gloom. And I've written a little article for Going Postal again for New Year, where I've tried to look a little bit on the bright side in the last few paragraphs, and though it's very, very difficult. But it is within our own gift if we wake up and actually find out and realise what these people, the WF, the WHO, the IMF, all these people, all these globalists, all these fascists are trying to do. We have to wake up. And I think perhaps halfway through 2023, it could be the Great Awakening when we've frozen to death over the winter and we can't afford our heating bills and we can't afford our taxes, and we're starting to see redundancies and unemployment come through our companies, manufacturing companies who can't afford electricity anymore, and the City of London, which makes money for the country, being shunned by the world for plundering people's wealth without due process of law, if they have a Russian name. Things aren't looking good, but they've looked worse in our history. They've looked worse, but it is very serious. It is very serious. I would ask you to look outside mainstream media for your information. My website carries clinical forensic examinations of the great climate emergency hoax and all the other things that are coming down the path for us. There are sources of information that you can find, but you have to dig down. Nothing you see on the BBC is true. Nothing. Mainstream media, Sky, Channel 4, it's all lies. Politicians tell lies all the time. They can't seem to help themselves. There is one way you can start saying no. You can start saying no in 2023. Don't pay the BBC. Don't pay the BBC. Let's kick back at the people who are giving this lies and misinformation all the time. It's the one simple way you can kick back, and if we all stick together, if we all do it, we can start to change things. But it's up to you. It's up to you. Let's stick together, band together, and just say no. As most of you know, my work is very heavily independently research based, and I get my information from all over the world. It would help if you press the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, because the more subscribers I have, the more likely it is that international independent research institutes will share their material with me. It's most helpful, and then of course I'll automatically share it with you. So surprise, won't cost you anything. Thank you very much.